This October, Stephenville, Texas is the home to the ultimate horseman's experience. The Downunder Discovery Ranch Rally. Explore Clinton's ranch. Meet his team and his horses. Experience the method firsthand. Learn the advanced training techniques Clinton reserves for his most loyal fans. Up close, in person, and in full. Celebrate with Clinton and his staff with live music and a bonfire to commemorate a once-in-a-lifetime weekend of horsemanship. The Downunder Horsemanship Ranch Rally. Space is limited to 750 people. Don't miss out.
Titan's back on the set. He did the advanced groundwork with Luke because eventually Titan's going to do all the liberty work and all the bridleists and bareback ride and all that kind of stuff. But we had to show people what you did before you go to liberty. Like, what are the steps that you do before you get to take the halter and lead rope off and have the horse run around and follow you, all that kind of stuff. So great demonstration. Titan did really well. Luke did great. And it really went well. I'm actually now with Titan. He is just a full-time reining horse now, and I'm not doing any of the tricks or liberty with him right now. When you're trying to train a horse advanced, is what Diaz and Mindy and that were, you can't work on everything at the same time. So after the ranch rally, we exclusively used his energy in the reining. I'm gonna compete on him in the reining for the next 3, 4, 5 years. After that's done, then I'm gonna come back with the liberty work, the trick work, all that kind of stuff, and finish his training completely off. But those horses that have got a reining foundation on them, the rest of the training that they get seems like it goes much, much quicker.
There's a few exercises. Well, obviously, in my ideal world, you need to be through fundamental, intermediate, and advanced before you start the liberty work. Titan's all the way through fundamentals and intermediate, most of the way through advanced, but we've also started his liberty training a little earlier so that we had a horse ready to show you the beginning stages of it here. Okay, so we're just gonna run through some of the exercises. So this is circle driving from a distance. It's in the intermediate series. And the whole secret to liberty is you gotta pretend there's no halter on the horse. The horse cannot be frightened of you. If they're frightened of you, it won't work. Make sure that when you look at that hindquarters, see that how he looks at it, he gets off it. That's it. And when Luke runs backwards, he runs up. Speed him up a little bit now, make him lope, get his feet moving a little bit. He's kind of lazy. Speed him up there a little bit. See him kind of shaking his head and acting a little studdy there. That's kind of like young studs. They'll kind of do a little bit of that where they'll kind of shake their head at you and just be a little bit kind of dominant there. So whenever they do that, I just speed their feet up. See the slack in the halter? That's what we're looking for. Okay? So we're practicing all this online. So Luke will go in a big circle there and practice his lope to a trot transition, a lope to a walk. So when Luke leans forward, that's his cue to move. Okay, so lean forward, ask him to lope. That's all right, now drop back down to a trot or walk there. Just drop him back to a walk, actually. Okay, now lope again in a big circle. Good boy. Now back to a walk. So this is how you get the horse lope and slow, is lots of transitions. Change sides, just like in the round pen. Did you remember how Diaz, I could get him to change sides? That's how you teach him with the halter. So when Luke looks over his shoulder, that's the horse's cue. Turn, go through the center, just practice some changes of direction. So when Luke will look over his shoulder, and Titan should learn to step back, take your stick in front. There you go. So they're the basics that you want to get accomplished. Give Luke a hand, he's done a good job with the horse. So Luke's kind of trained him on the ground and I've taken the under saddle part. It's all right, just ask him. He got a little confused there, no big deal. Okay, mate, bring him on in and close the gate. Rightio. Take him to the center. And we're just going to take the halter off. And start with the basics. Okay. So Luke will just flog him with a little kindness there. You don't want to get in the habit of when you take that halter off, they just turn and take off. Okay. Righto, Luke, go ahead and send him in a circle. We're not going to send him off real aggressive to get started. Get back to the center of your pen. Stand straight. There we go. See how Titan's coming off that fence just a little bit there? That's good. So the first step, obviously, is your round pen work, and we're not going to go over that. That's in the fundamental series. But now what we're going to do is we're going to leave Titan out there for a while. We're going to let him lope quite a few circles until he's looking for a better place to be, until he's looking for some place that might be easier than the place he's at. And it's his responsibility to maintain gait and maintain direction. Maintain gait and maintain direction. Next time around, bring him in, but keep that stick in your right hand. Wait till he gets behind you. Now turn. Good boy. That's it. Keep backing away, keep backing away. Run, 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 run. If he's running, you run. There, go back to the center. There we go. Love on him there. Good job. So now, Luke, just let him air up for a little while. So the basic concept is what? When you're with the human being, you get your air back, don't you? Get lots of air when you're with the human. When you're away from the human, you lose your air. You got to work harder. Push-ups over there, ice cream here. Not all horses make great Liberty horses, okay? Like Marty Shayner's horse is a great Liberty horse because he's very, very charismatic. Like the great Liberty horses are always studs because studs have got a lot more presence about them. They kind of puff their chest up and they think they're the duck's nuts, you know what I mean? They just got that confidence about them. That's why all the circus horses, the great circus Liberty horses are all stallions. All those circus horses you see at Barnum and Braley, they're all studs. Okay, because the studs just have that presence about them. Marty's a gelding, but he's such a ham that he just has a lot of charismatic qualities about him. Like, Shayna can go out in the pasture, and as soon as she sees him, he will gallop up to her, like haul ass like a friggin' dog, and stop right in front of her. That's very difficult to do. Like, that is not easy to get a horse to gallop up to you on command, like a dog. Does that make sense? But she has such a good relationship with the horse. She walks in the barn, he starts whinnying at her. She don't even let me walk with the damn horse anymore, okay? The horse has got to think you're the oxygen tank. What I like about this horse, he has a lot of presence about him. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but he has a lot of presence. It's hard to put into words about this horse. He's just very charismatic. He's got eye appeal. He's just kind of beyond his color, he's just kind of in your face. And that draws people to a horse, okay? So right now, if Luke went to do something else, see Titan yawning? Oh my God. It's just so nice to be here with Luke. It's just the most wonderful place in the world. You know what I mean? That he's got to love being with his buddy. So we've just started getting him to come up beside us in the round pen. So Luke will help him with his hand a little bit. That's it. Get him to come up there a little bit faster, Luke. Tap. Go. That's it. Okay, work on your trot to a walk transition. So when Luke leans forward, Titan's job's to trot. And you got to get these horses to where they're not frightened of you. See how Luke puts his arm around him? He can't be worried about this. The Liberty horses in the beginning get a tad bit pushy. They bump into you just a little bit. You can't go ahead and get aggressive with them because otherwise they run away. So I let them get a smidgen pushy there in the beginning just to build their confidence, just a smidgen. And when I taught Diaz all the Liberty stuff, I made quite a few mistakes with him. I've refined things a lot more now. And, Marty, when Shayna taught Marty, it took a lot less time for him to get really good than Diaz because I learnt from all my mistakes and what I needed to change. And every horse I trained, to be honest, I wish I could go back and train him again. I wish I could go back and train Mindy again. You know what I mean? As his training progresses, he needs more energy. So I'm not going to do any more Liberty or tricks or groundwork with him as a whole until I finish training him as a reining horse. Because there's so much energy he's got in a day. And I come back down to a walk. Good man. That's all right, that's all right. Right, I take him through the center. Let's work on a few changes of direction. Yield, yield, pressure on his hip. Just easy, easy, pressure on his hip. Pressure on his hip, you gotta pressure his hip, Luke. Pressure. Okay, run away, run away. Run away. Use your stick, get that draw. That's it. You know, flog him with kindness as you go backwards. Flog him over his neck with kindness. Build his confidence there. I don't want him to think he's in trouble if he gets unhooked. You don't want him to panic. Righto, send him past you. Yield, push it on his hip. Push on his hip, push on his hip, push on his hip. There, get that hip moved away. Okay, speed him up. Right, and now go ahead, wait, and bring him in now. Turn. Ah, how little special. Good man. It's very important that he loves on him now for 10 minutes. He lets him get his air. You know what I mean? That's an important part of this liberty thing. If you just walk them and never spend any friendly time with them, you know, they won't want to run up to you.
This October, Stephenville, Texas is the home to the ultimate horseman's experience. The Downunder Discovery Ranch Rally. Explore Clinton's ranch. Meet his team and his horses. Experience the method firsthand. Learn the advanced training techniques Clinton reserves for his most loyal fans. Up close, in person, and in full. Celebrate with Clinton and his staff with live music and a bonfire to commemorate a once-in-a-lifetime weekend of horsemanship. The Downunder Horsemanship Ranch Rally. Space is limited to 750 people. Don't miss out.